What's up everyone, and welcome to Best Car Reviews. I'm Ben, and today instead of doing an online review as I typically do, we'll be doing an in-person review of my brand new 2023 last call Dodge Challenger SXT. As the Blacktop Package, we'll be diving into everything that entails, just going through each part and show you what you can get for that trim, spec'd out, and for that money. So let's get to it. So the first thing, we'll start at the front end. The hood for the SXT in 2023, same as it has been as of late. You have the two vents in the front. I think it looks pretty great, and it looks like what the old Hellcats used to look like. So, hopefully people can't tell that you have just the base trim. If you go down here now, the part of the Blacktop package is you get the blacked out grille, which I think is great. I absolutely wanted that as opposed to having the white. Another thing I like about the SXT as opposed to the GT is that it doesn't say SXT anywhere on it. I understand that I have the V6 and I'm proud of it, but I don't necessarily want other people to realize that I have the V6. So you can't tell. I mean, real Hellcat owners, Challenger fanatics can tell. Skinny tires, they'll be able to figure it out, not having those badges, but I think that's a cool touch. People don't necessarily know what they're looking at trim-wise. So we got that. Another great thing you can get with this trim is the fog lights. They're not fantastic, but they do give you some extra light. Wrapping around here, look at the wheel and tire setup. This is stock. You get some nice 19-inch black wheels from Dodge from this Blacktop package, wrapped in Pirellis, which is great. They're a great name brand. They're 235 on the width, and I believe a 55 series sidewall, yes. So they are pretty skinny. They're not the big 305s like the Scat Pack will get you, but they still feel great on corners, and I think they fit this car just fine. And you do get some nice size brakes as well. So just starting off here, there's a lot of great things that you can get for not a lot of money. So we'll move on down the car now. So one of the main reasons that I've always loved the Challenger is the side profile, and you absolutely still get that in 2023. I think this is one of the best looking cars just to ever exist. Really the only thing on the side here besides the wheels for that Blacktop package is you will get the blacked out fuel door, which I love. I don't like seeing the chrome. If I had come with chrome, I probably would have tried to change that. Other than that, that's really all it on the side. Just want to mention that, and let's move on to the back. So a few things to cover here on the back with that Blacktop package. You get the black spoiler, which is a huge plus. Obviously, if you're going black front end, black wheels, you gotta get that black spoiler. And the great thing about the black too is you can't see the only real indication that you have a V6 or an all-wheel drive for that matter. This is the four-wheel drive badge, all-wheel drive badge, and that is very well hidden on that black spoiler. So once again, there's an indication there that you have, not the V8, but it's very hard to see. And I want to point out quick while we're here, this is your antenna. It's not a giant shark fin that looks nasty or is gonna get in the way of a car wash or anything like that. So I do like seeing that smaller profile. Taillights, same as you're used to in this latest generation. Dodge right there on the middle. I love the look. If you scoot down here, I've heard this before and now I'm confirmed now that I own one. This is very boring. I get this being the way it is on this trim, the SXT, but if you go higher up, you'd want a better one than this, and Dodge just doesn't do that. So that's kind of disappointing. Exhaust tips, dual exhaust, kind of boring still, but they do look sharp. Tune in soon. I have ordered an aftermarket catback system from MBRP, and I will be doing a video on how that looks. Not only will it look better, it will sound a lot better, so make sure you tune in for that. Let's move on to the inside. Before we hop in, I just want to show the sunroof quick. This is a $1,000 option, but it looks great, especially when you have it vented up, whether you want that open all the way or just the cover open. It's tinted really nice. Definitely worth it for $1,000. Let's check out the door panel over there. You do get the Alpine sound system in this. It is, the more basic system, but it sounds great. Had no issues with it thus far. Other than that, a pretty basic panel. Cup holder is significantly larger than my previous truck, so you can get whatever you want in there. The only thing funky is that door handle. It might take you a couple weeks to get used to where that is. I know it did for me. But overall, pretty smooth design. That window, when you open the door, it lowers a little bit. And when you close the door, after you shut it, it'll go back up and keep it from shattering. So that's kind of cool design. I didn't realize those kind of worked like that, but don't have to worry about shattering your window. But once you come on in, we'll check out the inside. Before I hop in, I just want to show you guys the seats. This is as basic as it gets. They're cloth, but they are very comfortable. I just had a pretty long drive this past weekend and I didn't have any discomfort, and I actually had less than I had in leather seats that I've had previously. So no issues there. Don't think you're sacrificing quality or comfort, because it is largely very nice and you don't absolutely fry if the sun's on your seat for a while. So now that we're in here, this is the 7-inch infotainment setup. You get all the functions, you do your performance pages, so that's great. I haven't really delved into those yet, but they're there and they're cool if you want to check those out. Like I said, this is a 7-inch screen. You can get the 8-inch with the Plus package for significantly more money. I just didn't see the justification in that. This is a pretty basic, boring design, but this is really what you get on every single trim. So once again, you're not sacrificing if you're not buying a Hellcat. If you look here, square on from the steering wheel to the digital gauge cluster, this is the setup you get on all these models. It looks great. You just don't get a a cool graphic when you fire up, but largely this is what you get, and it's clear and it's cool, and you got all your screens to scroll through. Cruise control is easy. And over here on the far left, if you can see that, you get your light options. Push that in for fogs, high beams. You go one click up, excuse me, for your daytime running light, amber halos, which those do not come on when you first buy the car. You have to go into your settings to make sure those are on, but you absolutely have to get those on to look as sinister as possible. So before we move on to a test drive here, we'll do a fire up from the back so you can listen to what it sounds like, and then we'll go around front and check out those halos. So I want to show you guys quick before we go on the ride. This is the daytime running light setup that you can get. Just go into your settings and turn these on. You obviously get the ambers next to the LEDs. Nothing looks better than this. See this in the rear view mirror, and you want to get out of the way. It's coming for you. So just check those out. I want to show you guys under the hood quick. This is the V6, 3.6 liters. The only thing under here I've done different so far in my 3 weeks with the car is this K&N cold air intake. Supposedly you get so-and-so more horsepower and torque and fuel mileage. And I do think that's true to a degree. I'm kind of yet to figure out just how well it does. Put this in yesterday, but so far I can tell the engine sound is nicer. It seems like throttle lag isn't as obvious, and that is also the case after I hit braking at 500 miles. So curious to see what kind of performance I get out of this. Hopefully this paired up with that MBRP exhaust system I'm going to put on can kind of give me some more horsepower for sure. Then this, definitely need to show you guys this. This is the last call plaque that you're going to get on your 2023. This is proof that I'm not lying to you. I have a last call 2023, and there's no way I'm taking that film off, because that is hopefully going to hold some nice value for me going forward. So that's under the hood. So we're on the road now. I'm in sport mode, which I meant to mention before this has, which is great, being the base model. We're gonna kind of go through some windy bits here. This is a 35 mile an hour zone. I'm not gonna push it too much as this is pretty windy, but this will get a good gauge of kind of how nicely this thing turns, handles, and just kind of get a feel for how it drives. Hopefully you can hear a little engine sound. Once we get a little further down, we'll go to a nice straightaway, we'll get a nice takeoff, and you can hopefully really hear that engine note, which obviously the exhaust is quiet, but the engine does sound very nice, especially with this K&N. I do hear some better drawl from it. So let's see what we can do here. Sport mode really gives you some nice shifts, downshifts really well too. I was pretty surprised. You go down to your first gear and this front end just drops and it really slows you down. Definitely gives you some better sound. Really enjoy driving in it. Definitely a more short drive kind of thing. Not so much if you're going on a long drive as it is. Definitely you're able to tell this is tuned differently when it's the sport mode. It's not as comfortable to drive if you're going on a long drive. But definitely around town, or as I'm doing right here, definitely got to do it here and there to get that full experience. So we're almost at the point now where we're going to do our takeoff. We'll check back in from there. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to make sure we don't spin. great sound. Sport mode, going pretty quick. I actually wonder sometimes if I can accelerate faster, not in sport mode, because it does shift so much different. But you know, we got up to 60 pretty quick there. That was an uphill. That was kind of a tough angle out of the turn. Supposedly this can go 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. I think you kind of need ideal conditions for that, but there's plenty of power to get out of your own way. You know, you can pull out in front of somebody that's going pretty quick and probably get away with it. And before I knew it, I was at 50 miles an hour, and this thing wants to just go. It really does. I can't imagine what a V8 feels like just for how quick this feels. This is nothing like I've ever driven. I mean, you can just quickly jump up. And maybe the speedometer doesn't do it justice. When you're driving it, it really feels like you're flying. It's a lot of fun, and you can get this amount of fun for the base trim. You know, I didn't shell out for a Hellcat to get this, and hopefully you can get that engine note, because it really does sound nice for a V6, and hopefully now I'll get that exhaust. So we'll wrap this up, and we'll meet you back at the station. In review, guys, if you're in the market for a vehicle like this, you want your muscle car and you want your Challenger before it's too late, you want a 2023, then your time's kind of running short. You probably can't really find a dealer that's still allocated to order these new for you, but hopefully you can find one where they're sitting on the lot. And if you want a really good way to get into a Challenger that's going to give you all-wheel drive, look really nice, give you plenty of horsepower, which this definitely has, and you know, really just give you the thrill and the, you know, the driving performance that you want without spending $90,000, and this is a great way to get into that. So hopefully this gave you the information to kind of help you make your decision if you want to go for the more affordable route, or go for it, go get the 6.4 liter, go get the 6.2 liter, get yourself a jailbreak if you want, maybe a super stock. It's all up to you. Hopefully this video laid things out quick for you guys. Thank you for watching this best car review. Please subscribe if not already. If you have an idea for a future review, drop in the comments and we'll see what I can do. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, we have that option now. Check that out and join if you'd like. I'll catch you in the next best car review.